I was driving alone that night, farther from the city than I'd ever planned to be, following a countryside road so empty it felt like the world had quietly ended without telling me. The moon hung low, a pale, swollen thing, casting thin silver lines across the fields. My headlights cut through the darkness just enough for me to see the endless stretch of road, but everything beyond it felt swallowed by a kind of silence that didn't belong to the living. It was past midnight when I noticed the house. It stood crooked at the edge of the trees, as if the forest had pushed it out and refused to take it back. The building was small, old, and absolutely abandoned, at least at first glance. But what made me hit the brakes was the window. One window. One faint, glowing square of light in a house that should have been completely dead.
I don't know why curiosity took hold of me the way it did. Maybe it was exhaustion. Maybe the silence had settled so deep into my bones that the sight of anything unusual felt like an anchor to reality. I slowed the car and leaned forward, squinting. That's when I saw her. A woman, standing perfectly still behind the glass. She wasn't moving, not swaying, not shifting, not even breathing. Her eyes were locked directly onto mine with such precision it felt intentional, like she'd been waiting. Her face was pale, drained of anything human, expressionless in a way that made every instinct in me scream to leave, yet I didn't move. I couldn't. Something about her stillness, an unnatural, suffocating stillness, held me like a vice.
The longer I stared, the more wrong she felt. Her eyes didn't blink. Her posture didn't change. Her hair didn't even stir, though a cold breeze had just swept across the road. She wasn't standing there. She was placed there, like a figure, a warning, or an invitation. Then, without any sound, the light inside the house blinked out. Total darkness swallowed the window, swallowed her. My chest tightened so violently I couldn't breathe. For a full second, the world stood silent again, as if the night held its breath with me. And then she appeared. Not inside the house, not behind the window, but closer, leaning just slightly beyond the tree line, her pale face emerging from the shadows as though carved out of the night itself. Her neck seemed too long, her head tilted at an angle no living person could manage. Her eyes were still locked on me, still unblinking, still wrong.
I didn't hear footsteps. I didn't hear movement. She was simply there. My hand shook as I reached for the gear shift. I needed to leave, to get away, but the moment I gripped it, I realized something horrifying. She was now even closer, halfway across the empty field. The same impossible stillness, but no longer distant, no longer separated by glass. I slammed my foot on the gas, the tires screamed against the gravel, and the car lurched forward. But I couldn't stop myself from looking in the rearview mirror. I shouldn't have. God, I wish I hadn't. She was running. Not like a person, not like anything with bones or joints meant to move. Her limbs bent in sharp, unnatural angles as she sprinted after my car, her body snapping forward in jarring motions, as if someone invisible was yanking her closer with every second. Her face never changed. No fear. No anger, just that blank, emotionless stare fixed directly on me. The faster I drove, the faster she came. Her pale shape flickered in and out of the darkness, as if the night itself was trying to hide her but failing. My heart hammered, the road blurred, and I could barely see through the tears burning in my eyes. When I finally reached the main road, I didn't look back again. I drove until my fuel was nearly gone, shaking so violently I could barely hold the wheel. But at 3:14 a.m., my phone buzzed. One notification. A single photo received from an unknown number. It was a picture of me, sitting in my car, taken from inches behind my head. And in the reflection of the side window, her face was pressed against the glass, still unblinking, still staring, still waiting.
And in that moment, as I stared at the photo on my phone, her face pressed against the glass, eyes locked onto mine, a cold shock tore through my spine. My breath froze, my hands locked, my whole body pulled backward as if something invisible had grabbed me. And suddenly, my eyes snapped open. I was in my bed. My room was dark and silent. The air was still. No window, no road, no forest, no woman. I sat up gasping, my chest heaving, my hands shaking violently. It took several long, painful seconds to understand that I wasn't in that car, or on that deserted road, or staring into that impossible face.
Everything that happened, the house, the woman, her unblinking eyes, the chase, the photo, was nothing more than a nightmare. A horribly vivid, suffocating nightmare. I rubbed my face, trying to steady my breath. Even after realizing the truth, the details clung to me like cobwebs, too sharp, too real, too close. I got up to drink some water, though my legs were still trembling. Before leaving the room, I glanced toward the window out of instinct. Just darkness. Just silence. Perfectly normal. I let out a shaky laugh under my breath. Just a dream. Just a dream. But I didn't sleep again that night. Some nightmares feel a little too real to trust sleep afterward.
If you reach the end, then you are a loyal follower. Thanks for watching.